So here it is, folks. Here it is finally. It will be the final whistle over in Serie A as the 2019-2020 season is about to come to a close. But there are still some matters of great importance to be decided this weekend. And we're going to take a little look at your predictions as well as mine next. That's right, folks, back once again with another prediction video. Today, we're taking a look at the final match day over in Serie A. We'll get to it in just 1 second. If you're new to the channel, smash the old subscribe button to keep you bang up to date with all things Blackburn Rovers related, Serie A related, woo, football related. That's right, boys and girls, as we enter match day number 38. In Italy, of course, we already know our winners. They are Juventus, reigning supreme. 4 points clear of Inter Milan. They even could afford a slip-up this past week. But nothing can stop them. Nothing can stop them now as they reclaim the title for an impressive upteenth time. I don't even know. And we'll get to that in just a second. I want a big shout-out to the VIPs. All 12 of them. That's right, 12 of them. We got a new one. Respect to my Patreons. Dylan Goddard is now a Patreon. So respect to him for joining the VIP gang, of course. He joins the likes of William Shepherd, LG and Cow, Bianca Mulner, Daniel Mellor, Cody Cahoe, Jacob Johansson, Tom Burser, Tom Clark, John Spur, Russell Frost, Aztec, Mark EP, Mark Boys. They are supporting the channel in the way that they do behind the scenes as patrons. And if you are interested in joining those guys, there is a link down below in the description, patreon.com/RoversC. So make sure you check that out. Of course, this is the final day of the match of Serie A, but we'll be back very, very soon whenever the season kicks off again over in Italy with the prediction league. We'll talk more about that in a minute. But now let's talk about what we're talking about here. It is predictions, of course, for Serie A. This is the criteria once again for the final time. 0 to 3, you're in the shit face gang. 4 to 6, straight face club. 7+, top banana. So let's take a look at it then, shall we? So Parma took on Atalanta this past match day. And of course, what happened? I'll tell you what happened. Atalanta put up a nice performance. 2-1 win in the end for Atalanta away from home as well. I actually went with a 2-0 win for Atalanta. Ruslan Malinovsky and Alejandro Gomez on the score sheet for Atalanta. Dejan Kulievski on the score sheet for Parma. Getting a load of plaudits over in England. Kulievski, and he might get himself a bit of interest as well. So yeah, unfortunately Parma lost, but Atalanta just keep on winning. Next up, Inter Milan put up the performance of the week. 2-0 winners over Napoli, of course, with goals from D'Ambrosio and Lautaro Martinez on the score sheet as well for Inter Milan. I actually went 3-1 in this one, not too shabby. I got myself very excited in this week's because I thought I got myself I thought I was going to be one of a kind with my top banana, but unfortunately that's not the case. So 2-0 in the end. I went with a 3-1 win, not too shabby. Lazio also put up a nice performance, 2-0 win over Brescia. Ciro Immobile on the score sheet, as well as Joaquim Correa to give Lazio a victory as well. Got this one bang on the piss and nose, boys. Bang on the piss and nose. Sassuolo did beat Genoa 5-0. Actually went with a 1-1 on this one. Yeah, goals from Traore, Berardini, Caputo, Raspadori, and Caputo again to give Sassuolo a smashing victory, 5-0 in the end. So a little bit of a slip up there. Udinese lost to Lecce as they gave themselves a big old push to get themselves out of the relegation spot. Zamir opened up the scoring for Udinese. Marco Moncosu from the penalty spot for Lecce, and Gianluca Laupodula on the score sheet for Lecce to give them a valuable win. And I went with a 1-0 win as well for Lecce, not too shabby. Sampdoria got spanked as well by AC Milan. Zlatan and Co. Zlatan actually with a brace in this game. Hakan Sagalagalu also on the score sheet, and Rafael Leao as well. Christopher Alskildolson, the one and only goal for Sampdoria on this one. I actually went with a 2-1 win for AC Milan. They look good right now. They look very, very good. Unfortunately, it's too little, too late. Hellas Verona did beat SPAL as well, 3-0 in the end. Simal Di Camini get himself a couple of goals, and Marco Faroni as well on that bad boy. Actually went with a 2-0 win on Verona. Not too shabby. Fiorentina did spankaroonie Bologna as well, 4-0 on that occasion. And it was goals from Chiesa with a hat-trick, and Milinkovic as well on the score sheet for Fiorentina. Actually went with a 1-1 draw on this one. 1-1, it was not right. Juventus, well, I don't know what went on here. 2-0 loss to Cagliari. What's that all about? Cagliano and Simoni on the score sheet for Cagliari. Juventus. Did they play a youth team? I don't know. But anyway, I got that one wrong. I went with a 2-1 win. I thought they would take it easy, but I didn't think they would take it that easy, of course, in the end. And then wrapping it up, Torino did get a 5-goal thriller over at Roma, but Roma came out on top with the victory. The goals on that one, Zeko as well on the score sheet, Smalling and Diawara from the penalty spot, Berengunga and Stefan Siango on the score sheet for Torino. Simple as. I actually went with the 2-0 win for Roma, so not too shabby. All in all, I did pretty well for myself. I got myself 7, which at this rate, I'm going to put myself in the top face banana, whatever it is. Top gang, banana, whatever it is. Top banana, there we go. This is the situation heading into the final day of the season. Juventus are 4 points clear of Inter Milan, who are in second. Atalanta are in third, as it stands, level on points with Roma. But they've got a bit of a meaty match coming up this match day, taking on Inter Milan. So winner takes all on that one to finish us runners up, of course. And AC Milan are in 6th, Roma are in 5th. And to be honest with you, that's where it'll stay. Down the foot of the table, SPAL are down, Brescia are just about, they're down as well. Lecce have got a bit of belief in their souls now. Can they get the final hurdle? Will goal difference come into play here? It might come into play. They have a worse goal difference than Genoa. So, yeah, we'll see how that gets on. So, let's take a look at what you guys got on then this past match day. Let's jump into it. Before we jump into it, I want to remind you guys that the Prediction League is about to kickstart in regards to Scotland. If you want to go check that out, the predictions are live. Make sure you get in there, get your predictions in nice and early so you can enter the first ever Prediction League, that is Scotland. But we'll have our own Prediction League for Serie A in the new season whenever that comes around. You'll understand. But if you want to get an inside peek of what it's all about, check out the Scottish games. Get in your prediction. Even if you don't know the teams, just have a go. You never know. You just don't know. So let's take a look. We're going to start with Bianca Molnar with a cheeky Patreon. Respect to you for your Predicaroonies, and all on your own, sweetheart, right there. And of course, you did top banana. So double round of applause for Bianca Molnar, of course. But of course, it's slam packed on here. That's why you have a sheet to yourself. Football Mapper, how did you get on? Not too shabby. Shepherd, William, Billy Boy, top banana, and of course, a round of applause for being Patreon as well. So respect to you, Sir Aurelieli, with an edit. Top banana as well. Cody Cahoe is a Patreon. He does get a round of applause just for that. And he did okay for himself. Ilmichidinonos Issa, not too shabby. Ultra Omamura, not too shabby. Depek the Great. And he was very great with his picks as well. Costas K, top banana as well. Well done to you, sir. Well done to you. Vincent Hong. He did all right. He did top banana. Well done to you, sir. Well done to you. Yannick Bustler, also round of applause. Well done. You guys are really showing me up here. I thought I did good. Victor Fisher. Woo, 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 woo. We haven't seen one of these in ages. Club Skills did all right. Nishku A did okay. The Italian Stallion. Where are you, Italian Stallion? I can't see you. Italians. There you are. And. Oh, what a letdown. Oh. Anyway, you did all right. You did okay. So here we go, boys and girls, into the final match day. And yeah, it's going to be a little bit different this week because I'm doing this as early as possible. And there is no odds. So we're not going to look at the bookmakers' odds. We're just going to get straight to the chase and talk about the games itself. We're going to start, of course, with the game of the weekend. It'll be Brescia up against Sampdoria. Of course, no, it's not really. Taking place on Saturday, the 1st of August. I did find out that half of these games are played on Saturday, half on Sunday. It's the final game of the season, folks. You should be all done on one day. How mad is that? But anyway, the last 6 encounters right here between Brescia and Sampdoria see 1 win for Brescia, 3 wins for Sampdoria and 2 draws, including a 5-1 win for Sampdoria way back at the start of January. 5-1 winners, Leonetti, Giancotto, Quagliarella with a brace, and Caparani on the score sheet for Sampdoria. Juan Chancellor on the score sheet for Brescia. Heading into this, Brescia have actually failed to win 20 of the last 22 matches in Serie A, whereas coming into this, Sampdoria 3 defeats on the spin. Brescia 3 defeats on the spin. In fact, yeah, they're both sides looking for a result. If you want to open up the stats a little bit more, it's just 1 win and 4 for both of them. So yeah, coming into this, of course, no bookmakers odds. But the situation in the table as it stands, Brescia are in 19th spot. A win for them could put them up to 27 points. A win for Sampdoria in 15th could put them up to 44 points, which would be in 14th spot above Udinese in the process. I like Sampdoria. They're our team, and I think they're going to get themselves an end of the season victory over already relegated Brescia. Next up, we have probably the informed team at the moment. That is AC Milan, of course, taking on Cagliari, who did start the season in fantastic form. Of course, it kind of dwindled away as the season got older and wiser. The last 6 encounters between these two sides sees 4 wins for AC Milan, 1 draw and 1 win for Cagliari. Heading into this, Cagliari well, there's not much to say about them really, but AC Milan have actually won their last 14 matches against Cagliari at home in all competitions. They've also scored at least 2 goals in 10 of the last 11 matches in Serie A. They are on red hot form. Of course, they did play early in the season in Cagliari. It was a 2-0 win for AC Milan back in January as well. Zlatan on the score sheet, as well as Rafael Leao. Coming into this, AC Milan 4 wins at the past 5 games. Meanwhile, Cagliari just 1 win the past 6. That was last time out against Juventus, of course, who did play a Mickey Mouse side, of course. You know, you can't really read too much into that one. They're on party mode, boys. They're on party mode. Anyway, heading into this, AC Milan are in 6th, and a win for them could bring them up to 66 points. Unfortunately, it won't do anything for them in the tables. Meanwhile, Cagliari on 13th spot, and a win for them could push them up to 48 points, which would be a top 10 finish for them, which would be good for them overall. But unfortunately, I don't see it. I think AC Milan are playing for pride, and Zlatan's playing for a new club, whether it is sticking in Serie A or if he's going to go to like Leeds United or something like that. You just don't know. But 3-0 in the end. AC Milan just look too good right now. Next up, Atalanta up against Inter Milan. Bit of a crunch clash this one as well. Taking place also on Saturday. This is where all the eyes will be on for second place this game. The last 6 encounteres, 1 for Atalanta, 2 wins for Inter Milan, and 3 draws between the two sides, including a draw back in January. It was a 1-1 draw in Milan. Martinez on the score sheet and Ruben Gosens on the score sheet for Atalanta. The last time played in Atalanta was a 4-1 win for Atalanta way back in 2018, November it was. Meanwhile, Atalanta have actually won 12 of the last 15 matches in Serie A, whereas Inter Milan have actually kept a clean sheet in the last 3 matches heading into this. They've also scored at least 2 goals in the last 5 matches away from home. Coming into this, of course, both sides on red hot form. 4 wins in the past 6 games for Inter Milan, 3 wins and 3 wins out of the past 6 for Atalanta. Both sides coming into this with an unbeaten run at least 6 games. So there'll be difficult opposition, and if I was a betting man, I'd probably side with a draw on this one. But the situation is, if Atalanta are victorious in 3rd spot, they will leapfrog Inter Milan into 2nd spot. Goodness gracious me, and a win for Inter Milan in 2nd would guarantee 2nd spot as well, and actually could possibly close into just 1 point off of Juventus at the top of the table, but it doesn't really matter anyway. They're already signed, sealed and delivered. I'm going to go with a 3-1 win though, Atalanta to smash it, and that'll be a tremendous season for them, and they're also still in the Champions League, so they could have a bit more bling coming their way, or at least some bling coming their way. Next up, another little crunch match. It'll be Napoli up against Lazio, of course, also on Saturday the 1st of August. Now these two sides duking it out of the past few seasons. These 5 wins for Napoli, 1 win for Lazio and 0 draws. They played in Naples way back in January. Looks like it was in the Coppa Italia. It was a 1-0 win for Napoli. Last time they played in the league was a couple of days before that. It was over in Rome. It was a 1-0 win for Lazio. So they've already played each other twice this season. Who's going to take home the bragging rights after the 3rd time they meet over in Napoli? Heading into this, Napoli have actually won 6 of the last 7 matches against Lazio in all competitions. They've also won 5 of the last 6 home matches in the division. Napoli have actually scored at least 2 goals in the last 8 matches at home. Heading into this, 3 wins on the spin for Lazio, back to winning ways, are looking very, very good. Napoli a little bit ropey at the moment, 2 wins, 2 draws the past 4 games. You just don't know what you're going to get with these bad boys, do you? You just don't know what you get. Of course, Napoli coming into 7th at the table. That's where they'll end up. But they want a bit of bragging rights up against Lazio to show them that they'll be back into contention next season. Lazio are in 4th and they will have Champions League football next season. But they also have an outside shot at 2nd spot as well. They need to win and hope Inter Milan and Atalanta draw. So that's what they'll be hoping for. And if that's the case, they could sneak in there. But I'm actually going to go with Napoli on this one. Unfortunately, they're going to end the season strongly, but it's not going to amount to much. They probably won't even get Europa League football from there, where I'm standing. But Lazio will be happier amongst these two sides coming the end of the season, because they'll be playing the bling money next season. Next up, another belter is Juventus against Roma. What a way to end the season here. Of course, it counts for little, if nothing at all. Roma are in 5th and they'll be playing Europa League football next season. Juventus, of course, champions of Italy once again. Anyway, the last 6 encounters, 4 wins for Juventus over the last 6 occasions, 1 draw and 1 win for Roma as well. They played in the Coppa Italia way back in the middle of January. It was a 3-1 win for Juventus. They also played in Rome not too long ago as well. So back-to-back wins for Juventus heading into this. They're also undefeated in their last 39 home matches in the division. They've also won the last 10 home matches against Roma in all competitions. They've also scored at least 2 goals in the last 12 matches at home. Heading into this, though, just 1 win in the past 3 for Juventus. That was against Sampdoria a couple games back. Meanwhile, Roma 3 wins on the spin. In fact, 5 wins in the past 6 games, an unbeaten run of 6 heading into this. So they'll fancy their chances to end the season strongly. Of course, it's not going to amount for nothing, but they could break the 70-point barrier if they they were to be victorious over Juve, and a win for Juventus could get them to 86 points, and of course open up a nice little clear cushion between themselves and second, even though it doesn't really matter anyway. I am actually going to go with a 1-1 draw in this one. They did play a weekend sort of, or they just don't care now, do they? I just feel that Juventus just don't give a shit because it's over. They've got the title. Sarri Ball's happy. He's got his bling. Let's play the kids. Rest them all for Champions League. That's probably what they're going to do. Into the back end of this one, and that game also takes place on Saturday. But the rest of the games, I do think they do take place on Sunday. Bit of a boring end to it, really. All the big games are taking place on Saturday. So realistically, the season ends on Saturday. But not for Lecce and not for Genoa. We'll talk more about those in a minute. But SPAL taking on Fiorentina this weekend as well. The last 5 encounters sees 3 wins for Fiorentina, 2 draws, and 0 wins for SPAL. They played in Fiorentina back in January. It was a 1-0 win for Fiorentina on the occasion. German Pezzella on the score sheet for Fiorentina. SPAL have actually lost 7 of the last 8 matches in the division. They've also conceded at least 2 goals in 9 of the last 10 matches. In the division as well. Coming into this, 5 defeats out of 6 for SPAL, not great. Fiorentina just 1 defeat out of the past 6, not too shabby. That was against Roma a couple of games back, 2-1 loss as well. No bookmakers odds, I told you that already. But the situation in the table, a win for SPAL already down. A win for them could put them on to 23 points. And a win for Fiorentina in 10th could actually see them leapfrog Verona into 9th. We'll have to see what goes on with their game. But I'm going to go with a 1-0 win for Fiorentina. That will put the pressure on Verona to see if they can regain that 9th spot. And they're up next. It's Genoa up against Verona. Of course, it's a meaty crunch clash, this one. Genoa need a win to confirm themselves to be in this division next season. And a defeat would actually leave the door open for Lecce to snatch it right from beneath them. Anyway, coming into this, Verona also come into this in 9th spot. Big game. They want to finish as high as possible. Anyway, the last 6 encounters, 4 wins for Genoa, 1 win for Verona, and 1 draw. They played in Verona earlier in the season. It was a 2-1 win for Verona. That's right. Valerio Verde on score sheet. Mattia Saccaccini on score sheet as well. Antonio Sanbrieria on score sheet for Genoa. Verona have actually failed to win the last 10 away matches in the division, so they'll be a little bit ropey on this one. Just 1 win in the past 6 for them. That was against SPAL last time around. Meanwhile, back-to-back defeats for Genoa, losing to Sassuolo and also Inter Milan in the process. Before that, though, they'd won 3 of the previous 4, so they're not too far away from getting on a nice little run. And to be honest with you, this one's tough to call. You know, I think Verona would like to finish the season strongly. In fact, what would a win for Verona do? Verona in 9th, a win could actually shoot them up to 8th in the table at the expense of Sassuolo. Of course, a win for Genoa will keep them in the division, and mathematically it could send them above Torino, depending on goal difference and all that kind of jazz. I'm actually going to go with Genoa, a 2-1 win in the end, which would put them in the division, and no matter what happens with Lecce, they will be safe as houses. But anyway, let's talk about Lecce taking on Parma as well. They've only played each other once in the past few seasons. That was earlier in the campaign. It was a 2-0 win for Parma. Heading into this, Lecce have actually also scored at least 2 goals in the last 3 matches. Heading into this, their form is not too shabby, winning 2 of the past 3. They did lose to Bologna not too long ago. Meanwhile, the same could be said for Parma. They won 2 of the past 3, but they did lose last time around against Atalanta. Of course, heading into this, Parma sitting mid-table, around about 11th spot, and a win for them could see them into the top 9, boys. And a win for Lecce, though, could also keep them in the division, depending on what goes on with the Genoa game. In my eyes, it doesn't matter because Genoa are going to win. But I still think it'll be a nervy encounter. Maybe they'll go 2-0 up nice and early, and it will leave Genoa lastminute.com to snatch it to stay in the division. I'm going with the Lecce victory. I really would like to see them stick around. They've been brave old soldiers this season, but unfortunately, I just don't think it's going to happen. Next up, we have Bologna taking on Torino as well. This coming match day taking place on Sunday, the 2nd of August. The last 6 encounters, 2 wins for Torino, 2 wins for Bologna, and 2 draws. They did play in Torino earlier in the season. It was a 1-0 win for Torino back in January. Alex Berenga on the score sheet. And the last time they played in Bologna was a 2-2 draw. The Torino have actually failed to win their last 9 away matches in the division, and they come into this 1 win at the past 6. That was against Genoa. Middle of the month. Meanwhile, one win out of the past 6 for Bologna as well. That was against Lecce a couple games back. So 2 teams, very, very ropey form. But nothing really matters on this one. It's all about pride and see how far you can finish up the table. And a win for Bologna in 12th could actually see them rise into the top 10, which would be a great season for them. Meanwhile, a win for Torino, who were clear of the relegation zone by 1 point, but a win could actually see them rise above Udinese into 14th spot. I'm going to give it to Bologna on this one. Torino have been shaky this season, and unfortunately, I don't think they deserve to be much much higher than they are. I didn't want to see them go down, but I think they've just been very, very ropey and very, very poor, just winning 11 times this season. And wrapping up the campaign, it will be Sassuolo taking on Udinese, boys and girls. Taking place on Sunday, the 2nd of August. The last 6 encounters, 2 wins for Sassuolo, 2 wins for Udinese, and 2 draws between the two sides. Of course, they played in Udinese back in January. It was a 3-0 win for Udinese. Do you remember the game? Do you remember Okaka on the score sheet? Seymour and De Paul as well for Udinese. Heading into this, Sassuolo have actually scored at least 3 goals in 5 of the last 6 matches. Home matches, of course, heading into this. Just 1 win in the past 5, though, for Sassuolo. That was, of course, the victory last time out against Genoa. Meanwhile, just 1 defeat the past 3 for Udinese. That was against Lecce last time around. Before that was back-to-back wins against Juve and, of course, Cagliari as well. So, coming into this, as we enter the final stretch, a win for Udinese in 14th spot could actually see them leapfrog above Cagliari into 13th. A win for Sassuolo in 8th could actually give them 54 points. They can't really move up in the table, but they could go down. Of course, if they were to lose and Verona was to be victorious, they will see themselves flip-flop in the table. But unfortunately for them, or fortunately for them, they're going to have a victory. 2-0 win in the end for Sassuolo to smash dash take the 3 points, and of course finish strongly in 8th. That's my predictions, and this is what the situation will look like if I'm bang on the nose. Juventus would have 84 points, Atalanta would be in 2nd on 81 points, Inter Milan 3rd in 79 points, and Lazio will be in 4th, 78 points. They'll be happy, all of them, because they'll be playing Champions League football next time around. But unfortunately, at the foot of the table, SPAL doomed, Brescia doomed, Lecce are also doomed, and Genoa will be hanging on for the skin of the teeth. Roma and AC Milan will be playing Europa League football next time around. But that's what I think will happen. What do you guys think? There's still time to get your predictions in nice and early for this bad boy, as the games take place over 2 days, Saturday and Sunday. But that's it, my friends. The Serie A will come to a close, of course, but next season will be very, very extra spicy. And I think it's going to be very, very interesting to see the likes of Atalanta, Inter Milan, Lazio, AC Milan, Roma, and Napoli. And there's 7 clubs, I think, that will be in the discussion for the title next season already. And they haven't even made any strengths or new purchases and all that kind of stuff. AC Milan look like a completely different side right now, playing for fun, scoring for goals. And, of course, they've got a new manager coming in as well. So it's going to be interesting to see what happens next season. So make sure you come back around for that bad boy. We'll start to preview the games once we know the fixtures and all that kind of jazz. Of course, we've got the prediction league, so make sure you stick around for that bad boy next season as well. But that's it. Until then, give this video some love, smash the old thumbs up. If you are new, make sure you smash the old subscribe and hit the little bell as well. And if you are new, or if you're a regular and you want to think, you know what, this guy's good, he keeps coming on, no matter how many videos he churns out, I want to support this guy, there is a link down below, patreon.com/overseas, because there's not much money in the YouTube ad revenue days these days, but there is a way you can support the channel via Patreon, and that is in the description down below. Check it all out. You know, it does give me because if you were to see the amount of the shitty equipment I use to try and churn these babies together, it's like a car boot sale, or it's like a graveyard of YouTube equipment. Oh, I think this will work. My MacBook, which is my pride and joy, has the worst screen ever. So, you know, every little helps, boys and girls. Every little helps to try and get better equipment to improve the channel, kick it on another level, and hopefully next season will be a big one, because we just reached 15,000 subscribers, which is great. But we want to get to 20. We want to get 2025. Of course, next season is big. Or the next 12 months is massive. Of course, we got the brand new season coming, of course, and of course, Euro 2020 was delayed, the Olympics were delayed, Copa America was delayed. I don't know what's happening with the African Nations Cup, the Nations League. Oh my goodness, World Cup qualification, all that stuff is all going to be taking place next season, so make sure you check it out. But until then, boys, I'm going to get out of it. Smash the old subscribe, smash the thumbs up, smash the little bell and all that kind of jazz. Check out the description, follow me on Twitter, Facebook, all that stuff. I'm back soon. Enjoy it. Take it easy. Mask up. I'm out. Thanks again for watching. Please like, share, and most importantly, hit the subscribe button to keep you bang up to date with all things Blackburn Rovers related, Championship related, football related. We've got it all covered right under one roof. And while I still have you, please be sure to check out some of the old videos scattered along here. I hope.